I'm Brian Warner with Common Cause NC, filling in for Ann Webb, and here are 5 things you need to know this week in North Carolina politics.
Number 1. State legislators were back in Raleigh this week as Republicans used their supermajorities to override Democratic Governor Roy Cooper's vetoes on 5 controversial bills. That included overturning the governor's veto of Senate Bill 747, a harmful piece of legislation filled with a number of provisions that would make voting more difficult. The bill narrows the window for absentee ballots to be returned and adds unnecessary complications to same-day voter registration. Those changes could threaten to disenfranchise thousands of voters, and the bill could embolden partisan poll observers to intrude on voters' privacy. Soon after legislators overturned the governor's veto, lawsuits were filed challenging the anti-voter provisions of Senate Bill 747. Number 2. Republicans also overturned Governor Cooper's veto of Senate Bill 749. That bill makes radical changes to the state's elections boards. Those forced alterations could result in partisan gridlock, unleash chaos in our elections, and threaten to gut early voting. Republicans rammed through Senate Bill 749 even though the voters of North Carolina emphatically rejected a past attempt by the legislature to impose sweeping changes to the State Board of Elections. Number 3. Also among the veto overrides was Senate Bill 512, which strips the governor's authority to make appointments to several state boards and commissions. All living former North Carolina governors, Democrats and Republicans alike, spoke out against this latest power grab by the legislature. Governor Cooper has filed a lawsuit against this encroachment by legislative leaders. Number 4. A handful of powerful Republican legislators continue to craft new congressional and legislative voting districts behind closed doors, keeping the public in the dark. Word is that new maps may be unveiled sometime in the week ahead, with legislators possibly voting on the proposed districts during the week of October 23rd. We continue to be deeply concerned by this total failure of transparency by lawmakers, and we're concerned that politicians in the legislature may try yet again to impose discriminatory gerrymanders on the people of North Carolina. Visit fairmapsnc.org to learn more and tell lawmakers what kind of redistricting process you believe North Carolina deserves. Join the call demanding fair voting maps free from gerrymandering. Number 5. Our Unite NC Town Hall Tour continued this past week in the mountains of western North Carolina. Community members in Asheville and Boone turned up and powerfully spoke out about this year's controversial state legislative session and the issues that matter to them. Our Unite NC Town Hall Tour continues with upcoming stops in Craven County, Alamance County, and Winston-Salem. Learn more at ccnc.me/UniteNC. We hope you'll join us.
And those were 5 things to know this week in North Carolina politics. We want to hear from you. Join us online anytime at commonCauseNC.org.